The evidence of the number of daemon hosts we discovered upon the station proves that this corruption, the only true way to uproot it is to burn the entire forest to the ground and rebuild from the foundations. Though I may regret it, I would suggest burning the whole thing to the ground and resettling it.
Franz, who's changed back into his commissar uniform, will take a step forward. I, however, do not believe this world is lost. A cyclonic torpedo will destroy this entire planet, rendering it useless to the Imperium. I do not believe we are there yet. If this world is to be saved, if this world is to be useful, then we must give the Guard and the Navy the chance to do it.
Zach seems completely displeased by the statements of his fellow acolytes. Yet he bites his tongue. Morlo, I'm sorry, but I do believe that you do not possess any information that is pertinent to this line of query.
None. Take it. You do with the land or the planet as you wish. I'm just here to observe.
In regards to the planet, Lord Inquisitor, Confessor, the local governor has seemed docile and it's willing to cooperate with Inquisition. Destroying the planet will not only anger our ally navigators, especially the houses that have been so gracious towards us and that now have seen the light and recognize the boon of working with us, but also will rob the Imperium of a treasure trove of knowledge and technology. It is my firm opinion that the planet should be kept as is and to negotiate with the local governors. As for the elements of the Imperium that are under the command of nefarious and some may say heretical leadership, I suggest that although their intentions are to serve the Imperium, that they should be nothing more than martyrs laid upon the altar of progress. They're fulfilling their duties to the Emperor, even though their orders do not come from the lips of the faithful. And let them die, and let their blood be paid tenfold by the agony of those that commanded them.
Jericho, standing in the stairwell, will slightly raise his head from looking at the ground. I second what he said. It's too early. Give them a chance. The Inquisitor takes one more look at you, Zach, and then everyone else in the room. Do you protest the decision, Franz or Thriel?
I give but personal counsel based upon experience with chaos, my lord. Personally, I would save the people of this world. However, if you allow chaos to gain yet another foothold, it will be that much harder to uproot. This is a difficult decision, my lord, but I hold to it.
The Inquisitor looks down at the ground, looks back up at the monitor. Go ahead,
Sorry. As do I. I hold to my views. Yes, some are corrupted. That is true. However, they can still be useful. Mind wipe and sent as cannon fodder. Have them clear mines if necessary. With their bodies and their blood. Perhaps, Emperor willing, they will be accepted into his graces. But it is too early to burn this planet to the ground.
The Inquisitor raises a hand, and the
Faith
monitor.
and steel.
The monitor is turned off, and you no longer hear this loud buzzing noise. The Archconfessor walks over to the holographic table. I pray to the Emperor that you have made the right decision. The Inquisitor walks up to the window and continues watching the planet go up in flames. Kane will look to you, Zach, as you walk up to the table. Our deferred servant is the reason we are still here. So, wherever you are, thank you, Mr. Wake. I owe you my life. It seems I may have underestimated your abilities. Were you the one who led this rescue operation, Zach?
No, it was a common effort. The road trader trail has been useful in in the initial stages of the insertion. Everything else was a group effort, as we have met heavy resistance. Although I will assume that I have done my fair share of keeping the warband on track, I must admit that without their assistance, I would not have been a success. As for leading the party, here and there, 50%, I would say.
So Macro steps up to the table. So Macri Corpum, to those who haven't met him before, is a Magos of the Mechanicus. He was a very powerful man, originally on the largest forge world in the sector, and he was recruited by the Acolytes. He has these huge flowing red robes, and is always carrying a giant metal device with various buzzing lights on his back. Instead of eyes, he has these two cones that protrude slightly, and a series of wires attached to a metal mask covering his mouth and neck. As he looks up, this red light from his eyes scan the surrounding, forming these holographic grids that slide back and forth. He will lean over the table, and immediately various shapes start to appear. As he looks down, he seems to be looking through some scrap code. You see a bunch of binaric code that just looks like gibberish to most of you. As you get closer, he will speak with whoever walks up first. Some of the navigator houses seem intent to trade with the abominable intelligence. Now that you have chosen not to destroy it, I can only wonder of the mess we'll find ourselves in.
I can assure the people here that after talking with the leadership, trade will be vetted by our agents on the ground that we leave behind. As well as we...
Case. He sort of dismisses it with his hand and goes, with our departure, We have received their written statements. The Navigator House has wished to speak. Shall we listen?
I would be most interested in hearing what they have to say.
It is most important to know what their intentions are, as we cannot afford to have our full force here to monitor them and
You
to
begin.
hash out any not agreed upon treaties.
He will begin to retrieve a message from House Emeduseli and the Novator Kalam. Sumakri reads it. I wish to congratulate you on a devious and cunning operation. You will find that I am far more capable a leader than my father ever was. And we never forget. Our house remembers the theft of the invaluable property you call Augustus, and the trial on Cerex Magnus. You gave the incompetent matriarch's sisters complete dominion. And we are cast out and left to wander the great abyss in eternal service. But even great injustice cannot destroy our resolve. Inquisitors from far and wide cherish our unique gene seeds. If you wish to be puritanical forever, there are other Inquisitors who will benefit from our insight. And you see a signature. Sumakri enhances the scroll. It is signed the eternal servant of the Empire, Kalam. It seems we have made another enemy.
The last rambling of madmen and useless beggars upon our gates. Pay no heed to their words, Lord Inquisitor. The galaxy would be better off without them. If Zach could... You see Zach's face with an almost impossible smile as Sumakri recites the letter, and it almost threatens to rip his jaw apart as he takes in the joy of this profane house being humiliated so thoroughly.
Awesome. Yes, we will just keep mumbling on and on about various numbers and mining operations they have been granted and all the details of House Emeduseli.
I suggest we make it clear to the rest of the navigators that House Brabazon is to be heading all exploitations upon this planet.
Sumakru will again motion with his hands to pull up various documents on the screen. Brabazon has upheld their side of the pact. Their house has almost collapsed. They will need help to rebuild. More resources. Materials. They are also demanding access to the Samus Inn on Aventine. And Hive de Soleum. Shall we grant the access?
Lord Inquisitor, I must say that out of all of the navigators, House Brabazon was the only one that has been by our side, even in the most trying of times. I suggest we adhere to their requests, however, do not grant them too many clemencies, as they will certainly profit from the riches of this planet, and do attest this in regards to negotiations or by the representative we send forth.
Kane puts a hand on the table. Perhaps in exchange for these services, we can demand their assistance on Juno. They have considerable influence there.
Something
Make the
to
trade.
leverage.
Samakri will nod and send a message. House Maimon. They claim to have no part in the recent damage. As long as their astropaths remain useful, they will continue to serve the Imperium. He pulls up various images taken of Itzhak Maimon, the various operations he have been involved in with House Maimon. They wish to remain here and trade with the abominable intelligence. Shall they be allowed to do so?
At this point, Mordo starts to chuckle. It doesn't otherwise comment.
House Maimon. We have assisted them on Blood Matrin. We have tolerated their lack of cooperation when we passed through the portal. However, they did not engage in open warfare against us on Askellon Prime. We have shown them the carrot, now mayhaps the stick. Let them work harder for our friendship and open negotiations. A prolonged period, enough for them to lose the initial advantage, but not to fully devoid them from any riches of this planet.
Kane looks at the Inquisitor as he steps up to the table. The Inquisitor has removed his mask. Seems to be breathing better as the weight of the decision is off his shoulders. He coughs, looks at you, Zach. A wise decision. He nods. Zach, you will be my explicator on Juno. Do you accept?
I will take this burden upon myself, Inquisitor. I accept.
The Inquisitor looks confused down at the table. Franz. You
My lord,
will carry the title Prime. Throne Agent Thriel.
Yes, my lord.
And Mordo.
Mordo nods.
The Inquisitor just stands there, sort of hovering back and forth, looks confused. Kane sort of interrupts, steps forward. We are forever in your debt for everything you have done. And it seems you will be leading the operation on Juno. I suppose Durley has something to add, But before that, some practical details. Kane will step up and pull up various surface scans from the planet of Juno. You can see basically the whole world is covered in cities. Some places are wastelands. There is a toxic ocean. It also has a few moons orbiting it. Kane will look to Deruli, who steps up to the table. Deruli's insights has filled the gaps we had from the Apocrypha. It is clear that the cult associated with Juno is keeping the pandemonium alive. Deruli begins fumbling, pulling up various scrolls, putting them on the table. It seems to be an original copy of the Apocrypha itself, written by Deruli. Deruli will open a page where you see a schematic that looks like a solar system. The pandemonium is attached to an ancient sin. Yes. A truth mixed with myth. Reality is always more incredible, and at the same time, mundane. As Kane leans over the table, his face lights up with this dim blue light. You must travel to Juno and infiltrate our inquisitorial network on the planet. Agents working with the Arbites, fast in the heart of Juno. He points to a city, and you will see various magnified images of a massive metropolis. Travel with the rogue trader ship. You will be registered as Arbites investigators. Our Inquisitor cruiser cannot get too close. Get in touch with the Arbites on Juno. Settle into their fort, but build your own hideout where appropriate. From there, Deruli looks up from his scroll, nods. From there, you will root out the corruption from the heart of Juno.
Are we to rely only upon local law enforcement for backup? Should we require?
We have our own cell of agents on the planet. A fortress in the middle of the city, impenetrable. You will be quite safe there. You can draw upon any resource they have, both planetary defenses as well as the Arbites, Imperial Guard, the Administratum.
My lord, do we have agents within any intelligence or data networks within the Arbitum?
Yes, as Shane has first stated, we already have cells in deep connections with the Arbites. They will be useful in first insertion upon the planet.
If you could get a message to them, perhaps they could create a data connection with my ship once we arrive within vicinity of the planet, so we may begin planning the operation and potential missions to execute upon the planet's surface to root out this heresy.
It shall be done.
When has the last time this cell been contacted?
Our information is recent.
So their sanctity and integrity is to be counted for.
Undoubtedly.
That nods. Lord Deruli. If you'd be so kind, do you have any family names or possible descendants that you assume to have been perpetrators of such heresy?
The relay shivers and closes the book. I prefer not to share that information yet.
Will you be joining us in our investigation?
He looks confused at Kane. I was assured my safety on board this vessel. You don't intend for me to go back to Juno, where I was burned alive? His lips quivering. Kane looks at you, Explicator. That decision is up to the Explicator to make, not yours, Derili.
Deruli, I owe your presence upon Juno could be considered a detriment. However, should you not loosen your tongue, then I'll have to keep you in company until you're willing to relinquish all pertinent secrets.
Mordo takes a step forward and looks at Durelli quietly for a few moments as he seemed to study him. I would like to read the guy's mind with piercing gaze.
Whose mind?
Durelli.
Okay. He will oppose, and he succeeds with 3 degrees. What happens?
I fail.
Quite resistant he is. Zeb will then look at Duruli and say, if you wish for safety and for you to not see Juno, then give me a reason not to keep you by my side as I lead this investigation. Either relinquish all pertinent information or subject yourself to interrogation. If not, then I suggest you revisit some old locations.
His mouth is open. He is in shock. He's just looking back and forth. You assured me I was safe here. What is this? What's happening? I'm not going on a mission. I'm an old man.
Duruli, I give you your 2 options. The fate of the sector is at stake. If you think I will not succumb to any form of barbarism, as some may call them, or stoop as low as it's necessary to ensure the success of my mission, then you're sadly mistaken.
You just kind of see me
Really?
putting to almost like kind of step between Deruli and my fellow agent. Gentlemen, my Lord Arch-Servant, Deruli. You have a duty to both the throne and the Imperium to assist us in our duties of resisting and rooting out corruption within Imperial held planets. We do not expect to put you on the front line, good father, but you must assist us with our duties. Else,
And what if I refuse?
do so.
What if I refuse to share everything I know?
But, dear father, why would you refuse? You have a duty to the Lord Inquisitor to share what you know.
I have a duty to the survival of humanity. I don't think you know what's at stake here. We're dealing with chaos.
I just walk up to him and
Tell
put
us.
my hand on his shoulder. Good father, the death of the Imperium is the death of humanity. The victory of chaos is the death of humanity. For what is the point of humanity's uplifting if we become nothing but slaves to the wanton, dark, corrupting powers of chaos?
Don't lecture me,
My
pampered
fellow
highborn.
acolyte has a harder hand in attempting to divulge your secrets, but you may keep your secrets, good father. We merely require your knowledge.
You don't know
of the
what I've
situation
seen.
to assist us in our fight against corruption.
You're mad. You don't know what you're going up against.
Then speak, old man.
Why should I work with you?
Who else has paid so much
Because,
blood?
good father, if it wasn't for us, you would still be stuck in that cell, potentially on a list to become a filthy meat puppet of the filthy demons of the warp.
My
Do
life
not mean
means
to
nothing to
prolong
me.
The debt.
I am already dead.
Good father, you are not already dead. You still live. Your duty still calls to you.
I died millennia ago in the temple on Juno. I was burned alive for my sins. You're looking at the walking dead. But my treasured, my temple, it might still be there. That matters to me. And if you destroy Juno, then I have no proof that I ever existed.
Then help us, good father. Help us save the relics, the timeless pieces of the past which we might preserve for historical purposes, and the knowledge and memory that their existence will be preserved.
Everybody
Not
roll
force our
a
hands.
1d5 and add that to your influence. Roll a 1d5 and add it to your influence. And then we can take a 6-minute break. Take a leak, eat something, and I will see you in 6 minutes.
Nice fucking roleplay there, dude. Real perfect, good cop, bad cop build.
Exactly. It's like, dude, you tried to fucking rip his mind apart. Give him a break. Like, this is an old man. He's been through a lot of shit. This is not Iron Glove moment. This is Velvet Glove.
Listen, the gloves went off once. I've spent 5 years to find this asshole, and he decides to say, "No, I'm not gonna tell you anything." I took that as a personal offense.
That's when you don't berate an old man over this. This fucker's almost broken. Like, you don't exactly open a box by kicking the thing open. You gently probe the lock and then politely lift.
I beg to differ, he can still stand on his own.
So can my grandfather, but he can't remember jack shit.
Break his
Yeah,
body,
be
tear
careful
it
with
apart,
that
and
fragile portion of him.
you know, you can just break him apart, tear his limbs, off, and then replace it with technology. Now he can stand again. Now he's useful. Off to the front lines.
Basically, so. But yeah, was that? Well, I'm not saying you are not correct. You're actually, I would have had the same approach as you, Drill, but no, not with that. Not with me after so much time.
I've been through so much fucking goddamn shit. I don't really give a shit about subtlety anymore. I want this fucking information, damn it.
I was about to say whether your life had any meaning. It's up for you to decide now.
Shit. That's fucking brutal.
If not, If not, then mayhaps your death will.
God. Lord have mercy.
As that one nice song I listened to once said, your life weighed that of against that of mankind. Calling a hard choice would be a lie. Well, at least now we also have a target location in case that really doesn't wish to cooperate fully.
Yeah, in this case, we need to make sure that he
You noted that too?
Hey, yeah, that literal last thing that you're living for, we will take that away to preserve it, and then blow the rest of the bastards to Kingdom Come.
At best, we can also infiltrate it and
Or
gain
we get a
whatever
flaming torch
information.
and burn it.
Well, we're already fighting against the elements within the planetary government, so let's pick up fights one at a time.
I mean, at this point, I would be like, so are there any factions I can exert my rogue trader influence on to start building a local power base?
Honestly, it's the scepter capital, so whatever factions there are, they're already highly embedded. So mayhaps through our investigation we can find cracks, do services for other elements, and position ourselves in a more favorable negotiating position with other factions. Other than that,
Good
probably
point,
there's
but at the same time, being a rogue trader does have a certain political weight to it that I could definitely exert on them to be like, hey, so, you know how I told you I could help bring in some extra supplies from out of system? Unfortunately, my contacts have experienced difficulties that, without any additional incentive, they're reticent to cross these gulfs over here.
actually.
So I require certain extra information to speed up the process.
That's something we can totally use. However, we also must know how much of your competition is willing to pick up your slack, if you know what I mean.
True.
But at the moment, we have no such information.
But then again, that's one of the reasons why I specifically built my ship to be both a territory star charter in terms of its auspex range, as well as a intelligence gathering asset, where it's like, so just turn that on the planet so we could take a gander at what emails and shit we can NSA up here.
Alright, I'm back. Everybody ready?
Yeah, we're ready to NSA
Darren.
the shit out of this.
Yeah. C, Mordo, Zach.
I'm here.
Okay. Solomon, You
Yes.
are in the room, and as Kane is talking about various resources on the planet, he will look in your direction. What do we see when we look at you? You're also... everyone in this room is an acolyte, so the players would know that, but what do you look like, appearance-wise?
He would. Well, he looks about roughly early 30s. Somewhat peachy complexion. He's wearing a carapace chest piece mixed with regular flak for the rest of his body. And over the top of that, he's wearing a coat of mainly blue with red accents and gold trim. On his side, he carries a force sword, and on his other side of his hip is a hotshot lance pistol.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. You get an inspiration point. Inspiration points is something we use to reroll anything that doesn't deal damage.
So kind of like a fate point, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Reroll skills, dodge tests, etc. And you get inspiration points by role playing well.
okay.
And you can only ever have one, even if I give you many.
Oh, it's like a D&D's 5e
Exactly.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Can you hand them out to other players?
Yes, you can.
Okay, exactly.
You can share it. So if you're in a tough spot, someone needs to dodge, you can gift your inspiration.
Cool.
All right. As the Archconfessor looks at you, he motions for you to approach the table.
You'll approach it. I will approach it.
Solomon here will be joining you.
I'll give a curt nod to the rest of the team.
Zach will, you'll see this navy uniform wearing young, assume, officer approaching you as he holds out his hand for you to shake.
He will shake it.
Glad to have you on board, Solomon.
I'm just glad I can help.
You'll be under my care, and I will assure that our mission will be successful. Now,
the tech priest is interrogating the relay, it seems, while you're busy with other things. Asking him various technical questions from the schematics in the book. The relay closes the book violently. Enough of this. I demand your assurance that you will not destroy Juno. It holds invaluable treasures. Invaluable history of humanity. The way...
I walk
The
up to
barbarism.
the father.
the barbarism
Take
of threatening to destroy Askellon Prime. And on a whim.
I walk up. Good father. I take a knee before him with the sign of the Aquila over my chest. I cannot promise to deny the destruction of Juno, but what word I can give is to find for your treasures and to rescue them before the Enclave begins.
Damn it, a promise is what I need. I demand it.
And I give you my word, good father. We will protect your treasures, whatever the fate befalls Juno.
Promise me that Juno will not be destroyed.
and what do you have in return to make such demands, Beruli?
Only the truth.
Then lay it bare so its weight can be judged.
Not until I know.
Good father, I give you my word. I will not destroy Juno.
His eyes tremble as he looks at you. Are you lying? Or telling the truth?
I pull out a...
In
I
other
pull
words,
off
do you
a,
need to do a deceive test?
What's that?
Do you need to
Test?
do a deceive test?
Oh, deceit test.
Do you have to do a deceive
One
test?
degree of 6... That's what I just did.
Are you lying or are you telling the truth?
Oh, I'm telling the truth. I'm just saying that I'm not going to destroy it. I never said that I wouldn't stop anyone else from
Then you don't need to do a
I just
deceive
said
test.
that I won't destroy
Then
it.
you don't need to do a deceive test. That's fine. Yeah, that's why I asked. So
no, I just,
Durili is
you-
gonna look
right.
at you,
So
Zach.
you just all see me pull off my sigil ring and I just hold it before him. Upon my house's honor, good father, I swear to you I will not destroy Juno.
And you have the authority of the Emperor's word.
Yes, good father. The Emperor himself granted my family that such authority.
What are you looking for on Juno?
I place my ring back upon my finger and just gesture towards my fellow acolyte.
What do you know about the families that transpire about the Imperium? What do you know about the Putrid Tower?
As you say, the Putrid Tower, his brows begin to shake and he looks down. He turns red. Kane will walk up to the table. It's been a long day. Perhaps we should do this somewhere else. The briefing is over. If any more information arises from the interrogation of Durili, interview, corrects himself, then you will be informed. Dismissed.
I will hold you up to that, Professor.
Indeed, you will be the one making the interrogation.
You mean leading the interview?
As it was.
I would very much like to be present. If
People
you will allow me.
begin leaving the room. After everyone has left the room and the Death Watch has finally closed the door, the room will be sealed with a hissing sound. Slowly, the ship will begin to turn away from the glittering surface of Askellon Prime. You'll begin to see stars again, turning away from this world. You see a massive Rogue Trader vessel. Thriel. You recognize it as your vessel. And Kane and the Inquisitor will walk up the stairs. And the Inquisitor will be led away. Durili is just standing there looking around at each and every one of you. So is this it? You all gang up on an old man? This...
No, good father.
an interrogation.
Whether this is not but a conversation amongst colleagues or a painful interrogation is up to you, the ruler.
He looks at you in equal measures, disgust and confusion. You... Where is your humanity?
The old man is afraid. Clearly. Either you tell us or you don't. Either way, we're gonna leave here with the information you so strongly guard to your chest. This isn't a choice on your behalf. We all know it. There is no need to gloss over the truth. You might not like it. But as Sack here has so gently put it, this can be easy, or it can be hard. No need to mince the words at this point.
Thrill gave me his word. On his
You kind of
signet
see
ring.
me holding my. You just kind of see me standing in front of, like, gently off to his side with my hand on his shoulder. And good father, I will ensure that my colleagues restrain their more zealous tendencies. Yes? As I just kind of narrow-eyed stare at Zach and Solomon. Yes, he is a respected elder. Valuable information. I do not think that such heavy-handed tactics will be required here. Agreed?
That gives, as he looks at Terrell and then has a sharp, gives a sharp eye towards the relay. He says, "It depends whether he upholds his end of the bargain."
Lord Abram Romanov the Ninth. His dynasty has ruled Juno for generations.
Continue, blessed good father.
He swallows, holds the table. You ask me who rules over Juno? That's who it... Now what?
Tell me of the putrid tower.
Now I call my ship to deliver us to Juno, good father, and we root out this corruption which has infested your beloved world and safeguard its treasures.
The tower. He sighs. Do interrogation tests. You get a -20, and anyone can lead the investigation. Anyone can do the role. You can get assistance.
Mortis
I'll do
forward.
it. Give me a second.
-20
Here,
interrogation.
you said which one? Which skill was it?
Interrogation.
Interrogation.
Oh, fuck, that's the one I don't.
You only get one opportunity.
Okay, so
You only get one shot.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Mordor.
I have.
I will.
Anyone else trained in it?
I am trained in it.
I
Yep.
have it trained.
I got 3.
Okay, I will assist with the flavor text being like just occasional gestures and like indications when Solomon's going too far with his interrogation.
So yeah, I've got.
I
three
can
ticks.
guarantee success here, unless he rolls really well on resisting.
No, I can either roll or assist.
Do it. A maximum of 2 people can assist. So, and you will find no short supply. So at least you'll get a +20. But use also faith or have a faith point on standby just in case.
I am.
Although,
Yes.
speak with this savant. Mayhaps your academical mind can purchase some reason with him.
It shall be so.
It's interrogation, not inquiry.
Inquiry.
He steps forward. At this point, old man,
Mine's dead.
Dorelli, your only option is to divulge everything you have. That, or, as you say, you're already dead. What more can we do to you? I think your imagination is better than that. I think your imagination knows exactly what will happen if the information that you possess do not reach our ears. Now, am I saying that we are your enemies? Far from it. Trell here has already given his word that he will do his best to guard your interests, and I have no personal reason to go against your dying wishes. Zack here is only doing his job, and the best chance that you have for your legacy to last is to cooperate. Anything less, and destruction is almost guaranteed.
I understand. I appreciate your candor and honesty. If we can just keep a civil tone, then I think we can reach an agreement. You wish to root out the evil on Juno, and I wish to retain my knowledge and my heritage, as well as the treasures that are buried there. Now the Putrid Tower. The Putrid Tower is used to store information, as well as to communicate with the astropaths. I once saw it millennia ago, but I have forgotten what it looks like. It's tall, above the toxic clouds in the city. And that is where my Apocrypha was hidden away from the people before they burned me alive. Now,
why does it not reside in the temple erected in your name?
it is hidden away from the people. Only the true rulers of Juno knows for what purpose. I am afraid Cain was right. Everything is far more mundane than it appears.
Did you succeed your interrogation?
With 6.
Okay. I rolled a 98. He totally folds.
Fumbled.
You can see him quivering, holding to the table. He begins just retreating into his mind.
The Psi device on Askellon Prime. It doesn't operate on binary, but it has a unique numerology. Some scholars who are alive at the particular moment in time to read it. The device amplifies demonic attachments. He looks down. Any psychic attachment. A one-time disciple of mine, Lord Kissimmee, of the Ordo Malleus.
He looks at you as if you're supposed to know the name.
Have
You would have read about this name in the Apocrypha.
I think we've also met one of his acolytes on
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He goes a little quiet, just sees that you recognize the name. And we'll go. Cassimi formed a sect of warp scholars and hellseers. His task was to study the device, the effect that you know as the pandemonium. The world-eating plague. If only I had time to warn him. He led a team of scholars, but they became obsessed with their study. Their worship of someone or something began to instruct them, to use them for their personal gain. I was just a useful tool for whatever entity it is. It completely consumed him. Cassini descended into insanity. His cult, the Abyssian Witnesses, they are the unseen force behind the sector governor. He turns around and looks out the window. They operate out there somewhere, and they are in control of the pandemonium. It has an essence, a soul. You can speak to it as you would speak to a human. It heeds you to some extent, and it has a will of its own. The horror is without depth, boundless. I failed. I so utterly failed. I tried to lead an operation into the ecclesiarchy to gain control of it. I failed. Or so I believed. Someone activated the device. And here I am. You arrived. And now I live just to witness my own destruction. My sin. You can see tears start to trickle down his chins. My undoing.
In the end, we all sin. Surely, my own family has proven as much. Though I have left them for these reasons, seeking my own path. If you feel that you have failed in your own past, what you've just done in telling us this is the first step towards redemption. Dorelli, I know that you wish safety, but this being in your own best interest, I would still ask you to willingly come with us, as your personal experience with this endeavor would increase our chance of success.
He nods to
Naturally.
himself. Sorry. He nods to himself while still looking at the table.
Naturally. Your promise of being here in safety, I am sure nobody wishes to break. That would be your choice.
Then it seems no one else wants to help me. If there is a chance to undo what I have done, then I will take it.
I'm glad to hear it.
However, even the slight presence of the storm means the Abyssian Witnesses are still in operation. I will have to. witness their undoing again. The destruction they have caused. They are still in control of the Sector Lords. If you are truly intent on preventing another warp storm, we must find Cassimi and his acolytes. They operate something they call the Tower of Heeding, where they beckon the side of ice. The Abyssian witnesses control Juno. That is what I know. He closes the Apocrypha, and you can see him looking over the table. Sumacri Corpum very slowly puts away the Mechadendrite with a pict recorder. That was recording the interview. If I can be of any further use to you, I will need rest.
As you deserve. I will personally oversee your safety during the mission, if you please.
He nods. My safety is not of my concern, but the safety of my tome, the Apocrypha.
Real just kind of pats him on the shoulder. Do not worry, good father. There is a fair respite chamber aboard my ship that you may rest your weary bones within.
He nods. Thank you. I should sit down now. He swivels down on the nearby chair, and you could just see him 1,000 yards there, just looking out the window. Completely uncommunicative. On the stairs, you can see Kane just looking at you and then slowly turning around and walking out.
Zack would draw to Mordo, tapping him on his shoulder with great effort and saying, well done.
Morda just nods.
As his hand quickly retreats from his person. As he also gives a nod of acknowledgement to the rogue trader. He notices some heavy footsteps behind him and says, Hector, interrogator.
A delightful interrogation. Well done.
It's my pleasure to serve the Emperor.
Are you here to congratulate us for a job well done, or have you come with a different purpose?
No, I've come here to enjoy the view. What did you think? Of course I'm here to witness you. You've done well, Mordo. But there's more to be done.
There always is.
If you'll join me, before you leave, we need to make a new dispatch. You need at least one vessel, perhaps a vehicle as well. Join me in the garage.
Lead the way.
As you wish.
Let us oversee this. Solomon, I feel like your background may warrant some insight. Follow.
Who do you take with you? Do you leave the ruling?
I leave the role in the capable hands of some archery.
Yeah. Awesome. Who is going?
Mortal.
Like I say, Solomon will join him.
Alright.
Trail.
You see Franz slowly
I will
stand
meet
up,
with you
having been
later.
quiet for a long.
Once my ship has docked with us.
Very well. Franz.
Having been quiet for a long time, you'll see him slowly put a notepad away, put a pen back into his top pocket, his eyes never leaving Darilli, and say, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Just give me a few seconds.
What do you want to do, Franz?
He's just going to hang back momentarily, just staring at Darilli. Just slowly tapping his his finger against his palm, and then he'll just turn and follow the rest of them.
Awesome.
A rather concerned look on his face.
You can finally see some medical servitors assist Darilli back to the living quarters. Going through the corridors, it is fairly easy to find the hangar. And upon arriving, you can hear Hector talking out loud to one of the engineers. A huge platform is lowered in front of you. You can see parts of hundreds of vehicles lined up, ships, as well as ships you used on previous missions. Whatever ships you had that survived are all stationed here. Hector walks over to the platform, begins operating a cogitator. Now, you will need something that isn't too easy to spot, but also something capable in battle. What will it be? A fighter? A lander?
Mordo glances over at Zach, this not being his area of expertise.
Your vessel on Juno. Hello?
Zach thinks, using his extensive naval knowledge.
And
believe-
this... Sorry. This is a scene you can choose to do in character or out of character. It's up to you guys.
This
You're
this will
basically...
heavily affect the.
This will heavily affect the next 40 to 50 sessions.
It's not something to be done on a whim.
No, definitely not.
No pressure whatsoever.
Yeah.
We're talking about a land vehicle, correct?
You can choose a ship that you want to use when you're traveling across great distances, like a spaceship, and you can have whatever land vehicles you want. You probably should limit it somewhat due to the.
Don't want to be conspicuous.
The don't want to be conspicuous, and it also costs requisition.
most of the Inquisition novels, and since we'll also be carrying vehicles with us, I would suggest the gun cutter. Since I believe that is what is usually used.
So basically, this is a decision
probably
between.
best idea.
This is a trade-off between a subtlety will be a big thing. Of course, you're on, subtlety is everything. So you want to balance it out.
Because it like, just like an Atlas light is very common and not going to be stick out. But,
Exactly. Yep.
but it's not exactly combat capable.
Exactly. You can modify it. You can upgrade various things, and you'll basically be doing checks as we design the vehicle, and that determines the effectiveness, the speed, etc.
I mean,
You can choose. You can also choose like, do you want a land vehicle? Do you want it to be open topped? Do you want it to be a skimmer? Do you want it to be a four wheeled? Do some of you individually want a bike? All of this will be very important for future sessions.
I cover.
I'm gonna say gun cutter for spaceship.
I'm gonna say our cover is where Abites, aren't we? Abites.
Yes.
So having an armed ship is not out of the question.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's
No, but not too heavily armed.
exactly
So
the
the
gun
fighter's
cutter
like-
is like it's not as maneuverable as a fighter, but it's like the middle ground of all the vehicles. It trades maneuverability.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. It's not something that people
Jack of
will
all trades,
assume.
master of none.
Yeah, it's not something that people will assume. This is something that an armed force would use. Pretty much, everyone uses gun cutters, especially law enforcement. But it also has storage space if we have to land somewhere, travel vast distances, and then use a land vehicle. It can also carry a pretty sizable land vehicle. Motorcycles are just another passenger on board. Doesn't even count towards getting capacity for a cutter.
What about an escort carrier?
You can pretty much pick anything you want.
I mean, we already have the Rogue Trader ship that is warp capable.
Yeah.
We just need something void capable that can also capable of atmospheric flight. God damn.
I vote is for the gun cutter.
I'm looking at like at a Viking. There is something called a Tarask class merchant. It's basically a ship that is used by both Imperial Navy, Adeptus Mechanicus, pirates. So it's very easy to blend in with.
That's a void ship. So you're choosing now a ship that you do aeronautica tests with. That means an interplanetary ship, not a ship that you take from system to system.
Yeah, something to get us to the ground.
Exactly.
Between hives.
Yes. Something you can fly over the city and etc.
And that has some enough transport space probably to get a vehicle in.
Yes. Your explicator level at this point, so you have pretty much free reign. You can choose anything you want.
I'm just trying to see what vehicles we have.
There's a Tetrak Heavy Lander. It's basically an Imperial dropship.
I think that's a bit too conspicuous, heavy lander going around is.
Maybe, but most of the other ships that I see are small ones.
A heavy lander can have like a full platoon, or two tank. Can have two Lehman Russ tanks, a lander, a full platoon.
We could potentially modify it.
Yeah, you can also just modify anything you want. Of course, that will be heretical and so on, but that's fun.
You mean sentient modifications, right?
Exactly.
Totally
Just don't
sentient.
ask the tech priests to be happy about it.
They will not be happy about it, but they will still do it.
Yep. I think the Heavy Lander would be better in the sense that it will allow us to actually bring land vehicles with us
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
heavier sort. It will also allow us to bring sizable troops and is actually armed. We don't necessarily need to have the weapons, and that is what I would potentially suggest removing, and instead focusing on like shield platings.
Um,
But
if we are to remove the weapons, then we better have a pretty good pilot with us.
I mean, I can navigate, but I can't operate unless it's a spaceship.
I may be from the Imperial Navy, but I'm not. I'm no fighter pilot. I'm a point defense specialist.
Yeah, I could drive a vehicle, but
Yeah, that's
I mean, some
a
some
question.
typical ships would be like, I guess an Arvis lighter.
yeah, no, it's like it was like the most common like air to void. Like there's the
There's something.
Coalanders,
There's Aquila Landers. There's
but they're more fancy and tend to
no,
be.
I mean, no, that
Or,
totally works.
oh, well,
They are-
I mean, we are covered as arbiters.
Yeah.
So,
You and also I'm totally open to like modifications. You can have a Valkyrie with like a loading bay where you can load your vehicle.
like a heavy drop.
Well,
Mhm.
the biggest issue we have with the ships is naturally that they are vulnerable to attack, right?
So the biggest issue with everything is your subtlety. Your subtlety score is essential on Juno. If you cause a lot of suspicion and your subtlety rises there, not
We could
good.
just get an Arvis lighter and just mount some door-mounted weapons.
just like a James Bond fucking thing. Just
No, I mean
huge
like,
missile
I mean, like,
launchers.
no, I mean like a Huey, like with a heavy stubber on the side that can fold in.
Yeah.
We could take an Orvis lighter and add a shield generator to it.
Yeah, that'll make it a bit
Yeah,
tougher.
you can do that.
think
I
that
like
would
this
be-
idea.
I think that's the best one. It provides subtlety, but at the same time,
Got some
defenses if we need to get the fuck out.
Not too fragile.
Well, since most of the Imperium wants our heads, so once we actually pop our head out, subtlety will be paramount, so we can't really engage in open warfare. So yeah, I agree with this.
Orvis lighter.
Harvest lighter and adding a shield modifier,
Wonderful.
preferably a small one.
Wonderful. Arvis lighter with a cargo bay, enough to fit a vehicle, and a. So, the difficulty roll will determine the quality of the ship. So, the more elements you want, the more requisition you have to use. You get one requisition per session, all of you. And you can roll for each item you want on your ship. So if you want a turret, if you want a sponson mounted, like 2 front mounted turrets, you have to roll individually for those.
Okay.
You also roll to see, how good the shields are, how good the armor is, how good the speed is. All of that depends on your abilities and the.
So one has to roll for the ship, another one has to roll for the shield, etc.
Nope, the same guy can roll for everything.
Okay. Assuming more than an hour goes while we're doing this, I will add whatever requisition roll with foreshadowing, at least for the ship itself. If that is allowed.
How does that work? What?
It basically gives me half my willpower in plus 10s
To what?
that I can add to either myself or to someone else.
In the requisition does?
It's just a flat bonus that I can give to any roll.
General, okay. I will. Requisition
this is
rolls
a-
are not included in that, so you cannot use that on requisition rolls.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's a longer roll, so
Yeah.
I expected it.
All good, all good. You can also not use a fate point to reroll requisition rolls, etc. It's not a standard game test. It's sort of an out of character test. What do you guys want? So, Arvis Lighter, can someone write it down in the chat? Do you want a turret, a fixed mounted turret? Do you want what do you want for it?
I vote keeping to the shield generator because we need to have the ship light. If it becomes too heavy, it might impact the ability to maneuver it.
Yeah, but not having any weapons on board would be also a bit suspicious. As this is the 41st. This is 40k. There isn't a thing without a weapon. Even a baby has a gun, just in case.
Well, I mean, Arvis Lighters are more like
view.
civilian.
Yeah, and
Like-
an Arvis Lighter is actually specifically unarmed, specifically to discourage people from getting into firefights.
Mm.
So it would be the one vehicle that would be natural to not have.
Also, guys, I don't know if you've seen it, but this is pinned on the channel. Here's a look in the chat. This is a full vehicle weapon list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So you can also choose whatever weapons you want to attach. But let's begin with so Arvis, Lighter.
The shield generator.
What kind of land vehicles do you want? You already have stationed a kind of a huge armored van that looks like a hobo
we
homeless.
can't forget the van. We can't forget the van.
You still have it. You still have it.
So this van has seen us through so many planets. It even has an autocannon on rails on the back.
It has a mounted autocannon that you like slide out, and it becomes like an anti-aircraft thing that swivels around on like a fucking anti.
Is it like in the movies where you have like a van that's got it has this pop-out minigun?
Yeah, exactly like that. Except it's like a full platform with a guy sitting on it, swiveling around like a Star
How
Wars
big
thing.
is this van?
It's huge. It's like a bus.
I'm gonna say, is it more like a bus or? Like
It
a
is like a
lorry?
bus. Yeah, yeah.
Truck.
Would it even fit on an
Like
arm?
something the A-team made.
Yeah, this
When they
has
were drunk.
served the Inquisition for at least before I was here.
I'm gonna say, if it's already there, it sounds like already a perfect match. It's got hidden weapons. It's already armored. It's practically an infantry Viking vehicle, but stealthy.
It is. It's like 8-wheeled, freaking heavy padded. Everything is armored. I still love the stats for it.
It's this car, this vehicle, this monstrosity has been totaled so many times. It's a surprise.
Oh,
it still
Jesus.
functions. The machine spirit on it is a grizzled veteran. Its catchphrase is "Sure, why not?" And yeah, despite looking like a Mad Max abomination, surprisingly stealthily.
Yeah.
I mean, if it fits on the ship, let's just take it.
I'm totally open to anything, guys. You can
Nice,
do anything you want.
So the land vehicle is has been the land vehicle debacle has been resolved.
Okay.
All the reliable.
Do any of you want a skimmer, a bike, personal vehicle? So if you want to personally get around the city.
I'd like a bike. Yeah.
Motorbike. Once these are finished, you can just type vehicle tab in your character. What kind of bike do you want?
I need to find a list.
Skimmer, wheeled, open-topped, encased, weapon, no weapon.
So maybe,
You
yeah,
have
maybe
electric?
I'm just. Well, I think it's just what is kind of left open. I think if vehicles are just got a certain amount of traits like wheeled, tracked, and all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It can be a tracked bike.
Yeah,
Could be fun. Like a
half track.
it's like a snowmobile online.
That sounds so good.
I guess yeah. I mean, snowmobiles can work on solid things. It's just it's like any tracked vehicle on roads. It's tends to not be good for the tracks.
God, it's like a single tracked tank, but it's a bike. That actually sounds kind of cool.
I'm looking at the assault bike of these Astartes.
That's a bit.
Okay, might catch some attention, but
yeah, but that's
A
a
little
bit.
But yeah, an encased one that you can travel without being seen and is
Like I said,
not
maybe
necessarily too conspicuous.
wheeled or not wheeled?
probably best since we're going to be mostly in cities.
Wheeled also
what is the
gives you
difference
better
between-
maneuverability.
So I'm assuming you get more speed with wheels, but more maneuverability with.
Also, wheels are a lot easier to repair if they
Yes.
break.
Wheels are easier to repair and gives you. It doesn't have your operate test is easier.
Yeah.
Tracked ignores difficult terrain, but your operate test is difficult in general.
Straight off.
Okay, in that case, I'll take wheels.
Okay,
Just a dirt bike.
sounds good. On the Orbis lighter and the car and etc. Do you want to pick out the? Well, okay. Since I have you guys here now, let's we might as well roll. So, any modifications you have time to make, go ahead and roll a profession armor or tech use test, and
Just,
this will be for determining the stats.
Give me an engineer and 2 servitors, and I'll have this ship and bristle fashion. I'll use a faith point for a +10 on the tech use if you'd allow it.
Yeah.
I'll help with it.
Exquisite.
Now let's see. This is we begin with the Arbus lighter. Go ahead and do a -40 tech use.
Do tools assist?
Yes, yes. You get all
Okay.
bonuses from tools.
All bonuses from tools. It's gonna be a flat. And it does not roll great. Awesome. Can someone roll just my tech use flat for me?
Your tech use?
Yeah, apparently I'm having an issue with the internet. I'll roll it again. Oh,
3.
success with 3 on the.
Oh, nice.
yeah, nice.
Do you want to do any flavor to that? Or what kind of operation you initiate to do this thing? And also, you can go ahead and do a roll for a rare item.
I have contact network. I'll do this.
Okay. How many requisitions do you have? A lot, probably.
You'd be surprised, not as many as I'd like. I think I have like 6. 6 if you count this session as well.
Okay.
Rare. Nice. And success with 3 on the rare as well.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see. Awesome. I'm gonna write up the stats that you get.
So as the party has agreed upon, that despite being a point defense gunnery officer, he has also dabbled with many other competent individuals upon the cruiser. Fighter pilots, engineers manning the motor pool of the cruiser. He pulled upon many favors, and what can be called a small, highly trained group of engineers, engineers, menials, and specifically crafted servitors show up ready to enhance the body of the sacred child of the Omnissiah. Its components, some may question the origin. The unattuned to the words of the Inquisition may call them even, well, occultish at best. But for agents of the Inquisition, nothing but the exceptional is permitted. And for a mission such as ours, this child, now fitted with a plethora of subsystems and some machine spirits ready to shoulder any hardships the party may face, well, it has been made for this, literally.
Awesome inspiration point. And okay, I'm gonna say with your success, you make the modifications. You have 2 pilots instead of 1, so you can have 2 people piloting the ship.
Okay.
15 tons. I'm using like a little rough estimation here. Your transport capacity is a total of 14 humans. So
More
can
than enough.
you write this down in the chat or something?
Yeah. So it's 14 tons. That was 50 tons, wasn't it?
15 tons. Your transport is 14 humans. You can have 2 pilots. Max speed is 1600 kilometers an hour.
1600, that damn is fast.
1600. Yeah, it's really fast. 1600 kilometers per hour. And tactical speed. Let's see.
Damn, this bad boy moves.
Tactical speed is 35. 35 meters. 35 meters. 35 meters. You can do size. Size enormous.
Enormous is 7.
Yeah, I think it's plus. I think it's 6.
Yes, it's 6.
So size enormous. Maneuverability 26. 26 to maneuverability, which is insane. Just insane. It is extremely nimble. It's as nimble as some Eldar vehicles.
Mastercrafted has that item.
This is like a fucked up harvest lighter. Maneuverability, yeah, I went through that. Integrity.
Yeah.
So you're gonna sacrifice some integrity, so you're not gonna boost that so much, but you're gonna try to install a shield. So go for integrity of 25. Integrity 25. And let's see here. And front armor, or rather armor, just do one armor slot. Armor 20. Armor 20.
All around.
All around. Armor 20.
Aircraft. What's its cruising speed? Or is that not
It's the,
Cru-
oh, that's
cruise
the max
speed
speed. That's the max speed.
Cruise speed was the 1,600
Okay.
kilometers per hour.
Hmm.
And then tactical speed was, I think, did I say 35?
35.
35 meters.
It is a type spacecraft.
Space.
Probably not too important. Shield. Time to roll for shields. Do me a requisition test for a very rare item.
Anyone willing to sacrifice a requisition test?
I will help you.
Okay, roll it. You cannot give requisition tests. You'll have to roll it with your influence or if you have contact network fellowship. It's a minus 30. Or are you gonna say, yeah, about that one, Chief? Maybe not.
What? Should I roll it?
Yeah, if you're gonna use your requisition test, you're rolling with your influence.
Yeah, I have no chance of acquiring a shield. Not
Okay,
with my-
I'll attempt it. It's a minus 30. Yeah. But as much as I expected. I'm gonna use another one.
Through Sarge, you're writing stuff to me. Are you still on mic?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So when you want to roll for common items, a requisition roll, like grenades for instance, you get as many grenades as your degrees of success. To a maximum of 4, I think it is.
Okay, I was asking about like rolling for bulk of common items, just so I can kind of start a retinue arsenal for any of us to
Like,
kind of take
Mm.
from.
So you have like a little
it
an
creates a
armory,
little-
kind of?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So, I presume like basic supplies of like ammo and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So you don't have to use one requisition for each common item. I understand.
Bulk buying.
Bulk buy. Sure. We could do like in this instance, since you're on the Inquisitorial ship, we can do 1 requisition for 2 common, or 4 average, for instance.
All right.
Awesome.
So yeah. So,
All right. I got 4 degrees of.
Just remember, before you roll, always say what you're rolling for. So announce it in the chat.
But like I said, I'm rolling for how many items I can requisition that are just common. Like, is this right here is like, because I'm just trying to gain a general armory for us to kind of resupply. From,
That's awesome.
post
That's awesome.
missions.
If you can just, before you roll each thing, but like grenades, and then roll it. And then last pistol. And
Okay,
roll it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
if we're operating from an IBT's, compound, I mean, it shouldn't be hard to get requisition from them.
No. So what do we have so far?
Also, I've had to spend 4 requisitions, but I finally got the shield with a very rare
Sick.
one.
What's your degree of success?
Success with 3,
Let's see what you get.
additional, so 4.
Ooh, nice. So let's see. Vehicle shields.
So are we going to arm it or?
I mean, if worst comes to worst, at least make a spot where I can just pick out outside of the vehicle and hit things with my auto cannon. It's not the best, but it's better than having it completely dissolved.
By
I
the
was
way,
just
do I
thinking,
would I need to roll for the vehicle or for the bike?
Yes. Okay. Your
Just
shield
a
has.
slot influence. Sorry, go ahead.
Your shield has 30. 30. So shield 30. I hope someone is writing all of this down, because I will not remember it. You know what? Let's make it much simpler. I'm gonna make a custom sheet for your vehicle.
I'm just gonna be right back.
Harvest lighter. There we go. It's at the top of GM notes.
Where can I find the rules for acquisition?
You can just ask. It's not too complicated. It's pretty simple.
And just tell me the rarity. Usually, scarce is -10, rare is -20. I don't think a bike is more than that.
A bike is very rare, like a standard bike.
Oh shit, my bad then.
Yep.
So it's -30?
Yep, -30.
Okay, I just have to roll a 7. I can do this.
Easy.
Hold on. That's like a... What?
Ain't no fucking way he did it.
I fucking did it.
You just had to roll below 7 or below, dude. Come on, it's not that hard. First try.
Yeah, just casual.
That's sick. Wow. Okay. That means I was about to say, no, I was looking at the wrong thing. That's not a standard bike. That's a freaking, like, pimped out military bike.
Well, he got his pimped out military bike, I guess.
Yeah, he did.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see what you get. Na. I'm gonna look up the bikes now. Bike, land vehicles.
What was its maneuverability?
Maneuverability?
Yes,
Oh, gone. I think 25.
25.
Yeah.
It was
Which
26.
Okay.
It was for the ship. If the ship.
Okay. So. Bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you want here? There are various things you can get. You can get a targeter array, which means that you get the auto-stabilized trait for firing weapons. So trade-offs. If you get too much tech stuff, it's less armored, and so on,
down.
back and forth, and it reduces the speed of it, and so on. You can have traits like enclosed, skimmer, hollow field. Hollow field means that it's an Eldar technology, but I'm not against that. You are Ordos Xenos. You have access to Eldar technology. It basically is like a cloaking device. So
Traitor.
you're gonna be killed by the party, but I mean, you'll be invisible, so they'll have to find you first. It's basically like a squid when it hides on the bottom of the sand. It melts into the background. That's a hollow field.
Oh, so it's like the Cameline Cokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sure. Can't get more inconspicuous than being invisible.
I mean, they're pretty badass, actually.
Sure, I'll take that.
You have a high enough roll to do it. So what you're doing now is you're taking a Eldar Falcon grav tank, or which you have fought many times and defeated, and you're using their hollow field. Or sorry, a Eldar. What are they called? Jetbike. Eldar jetbike.
The jet.
There's also something called enhanced motive system.
Oh, that makes it easier for you to drive it. I would also recommend it.
Anything that helps me drive it, please.
These are additional difficulties to your tests when it's gonna be modified.
I mean, I don't think I can go below 4, to be honest.
That was the requisition. You also have a test to see the quality of the vehicle. That's a separate test.
Which test would that be?
That would be a depending on what you choose. If you don't choose weapons, then it's a tech use test.
I will not be choosing weapons.
Okay. Unarmed.
So tech use.
Tech use.
Any modifiers?
Are you sure you want it to be encased? If it is encased, and let's say you're escorting the group and you're driving next to their van, if they get surrounded by cars that are shooting at them, and people are like shooting from the top of vehicles, you won't be able to shoot from your bike if
That's
it's encased. Okay.
Like, if I'm using this bike, it wouldn't be for actual combat. It would be getting either getting from A to B or spy work, etc.
Okay.
Whatever it would be needed for. Combat is not the focus of it.
Then the trait enclosed. You could probably write this bike into your personal vehicle tab.
Okay. Type enclosed.
Mm-hmm. And then you can do a take use tests, and you can actually do a flat take use test. Or anyone who wants to assist them on this.
I got a 6 degrees.
Oh,
Ooh.
he's red.
Sick. Yeah. Let's see what else. You have a type wheeled tactical speed. So when you're wheeled, yeah. Anyway, tactical speed. Let's say. So this is like a racing bike, like a souped up, super fast bike, and you have a tactical speed of 35. 35.
That works.
Cruising speed. Cruising speed is 100 kilometers an hour.
Oh, that's fast for a
It's
land
fast as
vehicle.
fuck.
It's fast as fuck, dude.
Yup.
If you succeed your roles, ain't no way they're catching up to you. You're gone.
You have a
What about
total.
armor?
You have armor of 5 on all sides.
And maneuverability.
Maneuverability 20. Size hulking. Crew, since it's encased, enclosed, the crew is just you, just driver.
Nice.
Integrity, did I say integrity?
No, you did not.
12.
Now, what is integrity?
Integrity is your wounds.
The vehicles ones.
Okay.
How much of a beating it can take.
Since it
So it's the traits are only encased, right?
No, you also have hollow field, which is why you have a little bit less armor. See you later, Aether. Good game, good roleplay.
So a speedster that becomes invisible. No better spy vehicle.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say that's. I mean, that sounds like Eldar tech.
Definitely is. Highly rated.
Speed in the stealth.
also I feel the vehicle of the air was lighter on the ship.
Say yeah. What?
I have filled the vehicle.
Sick. Let me see. I mean, you can add any amount of weapons you want to these vehicles.
I mean, auto cannons, standard point defense. Case of nothing more than we would see, but I only got one requisition left, and Daddy needs his. I already spent a magazine last session, so ain't gonna be me.
How many requisitions do you usually have?
I had 6. I spent 5.
Is it your influence modifier?
No, each session you're alive, you get one requisition. That's
Okay. So I spent my 2.
Did you roll influence 2 times?
But I assisted once.
No. For what? For the tattoos?
For the vehicle or the spaceship.
I didn't take it into account. So also you cannot assist in influence rolls.
Okay.
So no, you still have yours. Don't worry.
So yeah, as long as you're on the ship,
um,
you can attach any weapons you want to the vehicles. I kind of recommend having. I'm not gonna influence you. You can still do fine.
I also do recommend having at least one. Just one. Just one weapon. Just one weapon.
Not on the bike, but on the Arvis
On
lighter.
the on the lighter, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the question is, what weapons?
I would suggest the twin linked autocannon.
The twin linked what?
The twin linked autocannon. Autocannon.
Autocannon. Oh.
It's twin linked, easy to hit, a lot of hits. It probably won't penetrate, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, some of these weapons are just rare. You can attach
Yeah, that's extremely rare. Yeah, the twin linked
Some of these are just rare. You can attach a missile launcher battery in your car. You can have like a missile launcher that pops out of the roof. You can have a heavy flamer at the front.
I don't think the van needs more armaments, Morten.
No. I mean, how about a twin linked heavy bolter
That's fun.
for the Avis lighter?
What did you say for the Airbus?
Twin linked heavy bolter. It's a bit less rare, so it'd be easy to get.
That would be most likely used for infantry if we were ever fighting against infantry, right?
It's got 2d10 plus 7, 10, 6. Like, it'll pen light vehicles.
The damage is not that much, but I guess.
I mean, also, yeah,
it's got tearing. I mean.
It's got tearing.
But it won't be able to take down like heavily armored ships. Of course.
I mean, if we're fighting heavily armored ships, I think we're in big trouble anyway.
The biggest threat for us, heavily armored ships with the Arvas lighter, we can just outrun.
Yeah.
If we're retreating, so that's not the issue. The issue would be attack crafts, like fighters,
interceptors, maybe some other gunships or landers.
And I don't think the twin bolters would be enough to deal with them. If we're doing light, I would heavily recommend the twin-lane autocannons. It's a great all-arounder, deals with vehicles as well as infantry, due to the sheer amount of firepower.
But do you guys have any requisition tests left?
I mean, if I got one, I've got one for today, but I'm not.
But... is there anything else we need vehicle-wise?
I don't think so. I think just having a shield and a weapon would be it's enough.
I'd like to then requisition a personal shield, if possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, I would also recommend that. Go get it.
Refractor field, very, very good.
I mean...
Yeah, it's very rare though, so it's a -30.
Yeah, a refractor field would be the only thing I could try.
Mm-hmm.
Here's for me rolling another 4.
That's it. This is why I always recommend not making your influence a dump stat. Because it is very important. What?
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
if
fuck
What?
who cares? Who the
Doesn't matter.
fuck cares, Morten?
Damn.
What?
I swear to God, I did not. I did not modify the AI for this one.
Don't make it a dump stat. I
This
sleep.
fucking
Just
guy.
roll that one. Just roll that one. It's not that hard, fellas.
Just do it. It's
You
easy.
need to have a 7% chance, you know.
This guy.
7% chance I sleep.
You know, I
God.
got good karma. I got good karma. What can I say?
You must have really good karma.
The road trader rolls not once in combat. The fucking navigator rolls below 7 in requisitions.
You know what this means?
Yeah.
When this mission starts, it's all gonna be 97s. 98, 97,
Oh,
96,
yeah.
97.
I know I'm gonna fail utterly, which is why I'm focusing on defense here.
Shield is a lifesaver, so that's a good call.
So the refractor shield, is there anything to add to it besides the thing that's in the PDF?
Add to it?
I mean, I don't know how it works. There's quality, right? Is there a difference in quality?
No, it's a flat, so... If you were to increase its quality, you would have rolled with a minus 40. Which...
Aaron, talk to us. What are you doing, man?
I'm trying to get some ammo,
Sick. Maybe.
but
Maybe.
I'm not going to get it. So, I'm not,
Ah.
so fuck it.
Did you roll? Did you add the 1d5 influence during the roleplay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it didn't actually.
Oh,
But it
come
makes
on.
no difference anyway.
Oh, you know you have 28 influence. That doesn't.
Yeah, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Ooh.
I guess not everyone can be a lucky navigator.
I swear to God, this is not going to happen ever again. I'm not going to roll below 90 for the next
That
4
was
sessions.
insane. That was insane. Man, stop around, okay. Tell you what, since you're on the ship right now,
Yep.
And we have some new players, you can project and influence into the future, and go ahead and spend like 4 requisition tests for future sessions, up to 4, if you want.
But then I have to roll for ammunition for that craft as well, aren't we?
No, you get that when you succeed.
Okay.
Then I get 2 more.
You get 2 more? No, you get 4 more, if you want.
I will make
Oh,
a
well.
small
We're not
loan
gonna
of $1
have
million.
Small.
I'll take 2 more since we seem to be. This is when we need to get gear, so why not?
Exactly.
Me going to the Inquisitor. I once again ask for your financial support.
A small personal loan.
I started off with nothing. My dad only gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Once again, I come to you, asking for a small financial
Well, I mean,
contribution.
in all fairness, he did just get a promotion, so, I'm just going to say, surely there has to be some perks coming along with that.
Oh, fuck, Inquisitorial Rem, that's right.
Oh, you got some stuff from Explicator too. We forgot about that.
Fuck,
You
I've
get
been
another.
sleeping.
You get another D5 influence.
Would we
Okay.
need to requisition a disguise, considering that I'm somewhat conspicuous?
There's an.
I
item.
have a disguise kit with me,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Yeah. So if we need to look like clowns, we're sorted.
Fucking red nose.
The red nose, the sort of fluffy fake hair.
We're not the clowns, we're the whole
You're
circus.
performing intergalactic performing clowns. That's so fitting. You have no idea. Circus
We-
Maxus. Fucking Christ.
We just have to touch normally when interrogating or starting with a